People want to know when Tom Aspinall and John Jones are fighting, and that question was posed to him at a seminar that he was doing. The way he talks, he makes it sound like they have something cooking and the UFC will announce it.
The UFC, and Tom, we all got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. They're one of the biggest organizations in sports, and right now Tom and I have agreed to wait for the UFC to make their announcements. So I really can't really talk about it.
This will be the biggest heavyweight fight that the UFC has ever seen. John Jones will probably get one of the biggest paydays the sport's ever seen. In fact, the only person I think that could even rival this or maybe got paid more would be a Conor McGregor. He's the biggest earner that the sport's ever seen. This fight's going to be gigantic. John Jones is going to get paid a shitload of cash. If he beats John Jones, becomes the undisputed champion of the world, after this, every single fight is going to just be bigger and bigger. He's going to go down as the greatest fighter maybe in the history of the UFC. But of course, he's going to beat John Jones first.
Maycee Barber was taken to the hospital in Las Vegas, still in her fight kit Saturday night because she's apparently sustained a seizure right as she was getting ready to walk out to fight Erin Blanchfield in the main event at the UFC Apex. Maycee Barber says it's not what I planned for a Sunday post. Thanks to everyone for the prayers and support. I owe an apology to the UFC, Mick Maynard, Dana White, Sean Shelby, and Erin Blanchfield. P.S. My life is not messy. This is just a bad hand. We'll get to the bottom of all of this and be back. She's referring to Erin Blanchfield's post event comments where she was saying that Maycee Barber's life is a mess. She needs to fix it and stuff like that, which was a little surprising. You would think that she'd be like, oh, get well soon to her, but she was like, no, you're unprofessional. Your life is a mess. Fix your life. But all that shit talk Maycee Barber did before the fight really seemed to piss Erin Blanchfield off. So she held nothing back at the post-event conference. And I kind of like the honesty, whether you agree or disagree with her statements. I prefer the refreshing honesty as opposed to a can-stocked ChatGPT response. Arman Tsarukyan says, I'm waiting for the fight on June 28th, Ilya versus Charles, and I'm going to fly to America, start preparing, keep myself in shape and on a diet, and if someone gets injured, I'll step in right away. But after that, if they give me Hooker or Gaethje, I'll fight in August or early September, and by the end of the year, I fight for the title. Most likely, as I understand it, it's going to be Hooker. I think they're going to book Pimblett versus Gaethje. If that happens, that's number 1, Arman Tsarukyan against number 6, Dan Hooker. Number 2, Charles Oliveira fights for the belt. Number 3, Gaethje takes on number 8, Pimblett. Number 4, Holloway takes on number 5, Poirier. It's interesting, Holloway is ranked higher than Poirier. They fight at UFC 318. So that takes care of everyone in the top 8 except number 7, Mateusz Gamrot, who just fought over the weekend and won a unanimous decision over Ludovic Klein. Alex Perez is going to be taking on Steve Erceg August 9th at the UFC Apex. Perez is 7, Erceg 9 in the flyweight division. Perez coming off a loss to Tyra. Steve Erceg is coming off a loss to Brendan Moreno. Started his UFC career 3-0, but lost his last 3 fights to Pantoja, and then he lost to Kai Kara France and Moreno. So he got a premature title shot. He was low in the rankings, and after going 3-0, now he's 0-3 with a 3-3 record in the UFC. This is the co-main event of the evening. The main event of the evening will be Dolidze versus Hernandez in a middleweight contest. 5 rounds, they're number 8 and 9 in the middleweight division. Dolidze's second UFC Apex main event in a row. The other one was against Vettori. He won a 5-round decision. Anthony Hernandez is coming off a decision win over Brendan Allen, 3-round fight.
January 24th is my wife and I's anniversary, and it just so happens to be a Saturday. So I was like, that seems like let's throw that out there. Let's throw that out there. Let's speak it into existence. January, the turn of the new year, probably some kind of new TV deal that these guys are working on. I don't know if you got some inside information, but I'm sure they're working on something. I get asked about it in over almost every single interview, and rightfully so. The Conor Chandler thing just stays alive, right? It was just a couple weeks ago. All of a sudden, he said, Iron Michael Chandler, unfinished business.
Kennedy and Zechku versus Walter Walker's been added to the UFC Nashville card on July 21st. Both these guys are just hovering outside the heavyweight rankings. The heavyweights are in the main event. That's going to be Derek Lewis versus Talashin Teixeira. 5 rounds, but 5 rounds probably won't be needed. Magomed Ankalaev says Alex is done. He's never coming back. Let's move on. June, July, August. I said yes. So I don't know. A few months ago, they're talking about fighting in August, but it didn't happen. DDP versus Hamzat's going to headline that card in August. So maybe September, October, November, or December. Next 8 cards for the UFC kicks off Saturday. Merab versus Sean O'Malley, UFC 316 in Newark, New Jersey for the bantamweight title, followed by UFC Atlanta, Buckley versus Usman. Then you got the UFC's debut in Baku, Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill, followed by UFC 317, Oliveira versus Topuria for the vacant lightweight title. Then you got UFC Nashville headline by Lewis versus Teixeira. Teixeira headlines a show in his second UFC fight, followed by Poirier versus Holloway for the BMF belt, UFC 318. Poirier's final foray in MMA, then followed by UFC Fight Night, Abu Dhabi, great middleweight fight between Robert Whittaker and RDR, and then DDP takes out Khamzat Chimaev, UFC 319, August 17, Chicago, Illinois. Hopefully everything goes through. If not, Nasruddin Amavov will be the backup.
I am good. Life is good. Bilal is good. My singer is good. Coffee is here. Kamaru Usman is there.
Expect Sean O'Malley to do more of this Saturday night. Front kicks to the body to Merab Dvalishvili. He didn't realize this was such an effective tool until 134 left into the fight. He landed one, and that hurt Merab. So he's going to start doing this starting in round 1.
Because in training, sometimes we'll hit Merab to the body, and then sometimes he'll fake that he's hurt, and then he'll sell it. And he'll sell it so good. I remember the first time I seen him do it. He pretended he was hurt and made a face, and then the guy came, our partner came, ran after him, and then he just comes back and starts laughing and bouncing around. I was like, that was the funniest thing. So when that happened, I was like, is he joking? Is he joking? I was like, oh shit, he actually got him. He got him. I was like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't done this in a long time, but yeah, I was doing in my sparring. Yeah, you're right. Because I learned from Derrick Lewis. Yeah, remember he got hurt and he was about to go down and he knocked.
I forget who it was.
Volkov.
Was it Volkov?
The Russian guy.
Yeah, Volkov,
yeah, he knocked him out. And then, I was doing, every time somebody even touch or do something, I was, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.